The words are hard. Hello everyone and welcome back to The Fit Curls. My name is Angela, I am a fitness professional and a curly hair enthusiast, and I use this channel to teach you how to keep your curls in shape. So don't forget to officially join the Fit Curls family by clicking that subscribe button and hitting the notification bell next to it so you don't miss a thing. Now today's video is going to be a little bit different because instead of teaching you what to do, I am going to be showing you everything not to do, using myself as the perfect example. I just came out of an absolutely disastrous wash week, and I'm going to talk you through everything I did wrong and how I finally salvaged it. So without further ado, let's dive in. So let's go back to last weekend. As a lot of you guys know, if you saw the post on my community tab, I came down with a sickness that I was actually really worried was COVID-19. Now, I am very happy to report that my test came back negative, for which I am so grateful, but it did mean that last week I was very low energy, my head was killing me, I just felt super under the weather, so I had to skip last week's upload. It also meant that after my initial wash, which was supposed to turn into this week's video, I was in my bonnet for 3 days straight, and when I took it off, I noticed something that made finishing the video completely impossible. I should have known from day one that it was a possibility that I would wind up with this particular issue because despite all the definition that I had, especially underneath, the top felt too soft. I was in severe moisture overload. My hair was ultra soft. It felt like silk, but that meant that the curls didn't hold their shape at all. My top layers of hair where I normally get these big juicing ringlets had turned into limp waves at best. And I could tell that my hair was just dying for structure. So in my first wash of this week, I tried super hard to make sure that I came out of moisture overload. And initially, I did everything right. I started off by doing a homemade gelatin treatment, which is one of my favorite ways of busting moisture overload and giving my hair the structure and bounce that it craves. And I followed that up with a full Evolve Smart Curl wash day because this line is very light and also protein rich. But here's where I started to mess things up. After I prepped my hair, I went in with the curl cream, or so I thought. Yep, you're seeing that right. I styled my entire head with conditioner instead of cream. And I didn't even notice it until I was going over the footage from this wash. Now, thankfully, I was using their new Insta Volume mousse, which actually kind of saved it and gave me better definition than I should have hoped for after using conditioner as a styler. But as a result, by day 3, it was basically impossible to refresh. So then I tried to fix it, which is when I committed my second cardinal sin: trying to fix a wash day with unfamiliar products. I was absolutely determined to use the Evolve products successfully again, and I have in the past, but the mousse was relatively new to me, and I hadn't used the Smart Curl cream in several washes as I was trying to preserve it. This meant that every amount that I tried to use was completely off. And on top of that, I literally tried to perform an experiment while using products that I wasn't completely confident in. I wanted to test 2 different styling methods that had worked for me in the past head to head, but let me tell you, trying to successfully use new products during a split test was a terrible decision. By the time my hair was dry, there was no way that I could finish that experiment on camera because it was a disaster. I had gone way overboard with the amount of product that I put in my hair. My ends looked stringy and felt producty. It left a film of product on my hands whenever I touched the ends of my hair, and the clumps looked stringy instead of well formed. The roots were flat, and somehow I saw dry frizz interspersed with those stringy, greasy clumps. I had done the hair equivalent of bringing a knife to a gunfight. I tried to apply more product where more water was needed. Big mistake. Normally, after a failed wash, I'll just throw it up or try to refresh it somehow the next day, But because I knew I went overboard with the amount of product that I used, I knew there wasn't really any good way of salvaging it without removing some of that product. So the very next morning, I jumped in the shower with every intention of co-washing my hair, just doing a nice loose clean to get that excess product off and leave my hair nice and soft with a conditioner. However, it made my hair feel drier and more tangled than ever, which told me that I had gone in with so much extra product, and particularly with so much product that had a decent amount of polymers and hold in it, that I literally couldn't use conditioner to pull that out of my hair. So not only did I wash my hair 2 days in a row, I wound up clarifying my hair on that second day. Thank goodness for the Ren Pure Apple Cider Vinegar shampoo, which provided me a very gentle clarifying wash, so that way it didn't leave my hair feeling completely stripped, but it did take all of that excess product off and left me with a nice clean canvas to try and start over for the second time in 2 days. And then things went wrong again. Apparently, I just could not learn from my mistakes, because there I was using the same products in exactly the same combination as before, once again. Determination is one thing, but I'm pretty sure I can chalk this one up to just pure stubbornness. I had to make this routine work for my hair. Spoiler alert, it didn't. That routine was not what my hair needed, and yet I persisted in trying it again. Now, this doesn't mean that I don't like the products that I used. I just need to experiment with them far more off camera until I am comfortable with the amounts that I need to use and the combination in which I need to use them. So there I was, 2 days in a row, 2 failed styles in a row, ready to tear all of my hair out by the roots and just buy myself a wig. That's when I remembered that I needed to go in with a product that was proven to give me better clumps. So I started again from fully wet hair. I did a dry brush refresh, which I haven't filmed on this channel before, but I learned from my good friend Sarah on Instagram under the moniker The Frizzy Refresh. You can check out her dry brush refresh there. And if you're interested in me filming a tutorial of how I do such a refresh, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to help you out in that respect, because that's the only thing that got me to a day 2, finally, that actually looks and feels like my hair. The product that came in clutch, you ask? It's my holy grail, Cake Beauty, the Curl Whip. This mousse gives me good hold, good bounce, excellent curl enhancement, and juicy clumps every single time that I use it. And instead of trying every other product that I had in my arsenal first, I should have gone back to something that I knew would work for me. So why am I here telling you everything I did wrong? Well, partially to kind of pull back the curtain and remind you that influencers have crappy hair days too. And also to remind you, as I had to remind myself this week, that a bad wash is not the end of the world. It's a very typical thing that happens to every curly girl at every single point along her curly hair journey. Bad hair days don't go away after you're done transitioning. Everybody makes mistakes. Our hair is finicky, and day by day, wash by wash, the same thing might yield different results. The important thing to remember at the end of this is that this too shall pass. There are ways of getting past it, even if that means just putting the hair away for a little while, throwing on a headband or a hat, and just trying to forget that that rat's nest is existing on your head, and trying again next time. However, there is one last mistake that I made in my styling process, and I think it'll speak for itself. Oh, baby. Oh, honey. Oh. Hi, baby. Hi. Good girl. Oh, my good girl. Okay, sweetie. No, off. Sadie, off. I love you. I love you so much. Off. Thank you. So that is it for today's video, you guys. What did you think? Go ahead and drop a comment down below with any of your thoughts, opinions, and impressions of this video, as well as, if you're willing and open to share it, your worst hair day and how you coped with it both emotionally and physically. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more honest confessions like it, hit this with a thumbs up. That way more people will get to see it because of a boost in the algorithm, and it also gives me an idea of what you guys want to see on this channel. If you haven't joined the Fit Curls family officially already, please do hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell, watch a few more videos while you're here. And with that, thank you guys so much for watching and continuing to support the Fit Curls. Love your curls, love each other, love yourself, especially when you're not perfect. And I will see you all next time. Bye.